Good morning to the 1,620 Rotarians of District 7820. Good morning to Nova Scotia. Good morning to Prince Edward Island. Good morning to Newfoundland and Labrador. And bonjour to Saint Pierre et Miquelon, and bonjour to the future Rotarians of Île-de-Madeleine. July 1st is here. For some of you, July will just be the beginning of summer. But for Rotarians, it's the beginning of a new year, a new slate of officers, and a renewed energy and optimism for the upcoming months. I'd like to begin by congratulating the outgoing officers of both the district team and of the club teams. You have left our district stronger in numbers and stronger in service to our local and global communities with all the great work you did last year. You truly engaged Rotary and changed lives. And for that, I truly thank you. Now, to our team for 2014-15. I bring you greetings from Rotary International President Gary Huang and his wife Corinna. They're from Taiwan. He's challenging us to light up Rotary in our communities. Paul and I have just returned from Sydney, Australia, where they held the Rotary International Conference. There were 18,000 Rotarians there and some really inspirational speakers. One that really struck me was Adi Adapan. He's a Nigerian who grew up in England. He is an MBE, he's a broadcaster, and he's a Paralympian medalist in basketball. But most of all, he was a polio survivor. He described growing up in Lagos, Nigeria, and contracting polio. His mother made a decision to take him to England when he was 10 years old to join his father, who was studying in England. The reason she did that was she felt he had a better chance at a good life because of the medical care. 9 years later, Addie learned she'd left behind a sister who had Down syndrome, but the sister did join them in England. Can you imagine the difficulty of that decision the mother had to make to leave one child behind? Addie went back to Nigeria over the last 2 or 3 years to answer a question. What would life have been like for me if I'd stayed in Nigeria? He made a documentary for Channel 4 about the fight in Nigeria against polio. And he rode his wheelchair through the streets of Lagos, trailed by lots of other polio survivors in various primitive forms of wheeled transport, to bring the awareness of the importance of vaccinating children in Nigeria against polio. It is my personal greatest hope that Nigeria will be the next country declared polio-free. This year, as of May 31st, Dr. Bruce Allywood told us that there were only 4 active cases compared to 50 in 2013. We are truly this much closer to ending polio now. Addie is an amazing example of a person who's giving back and who really demonstrates service above self. So my message for July is to remember the Rotary basic message of service above self and think how you can be that beacon of light for your communities. So Rotarians, let us light up Rotary in our 46 clubs, along with the 34,000 clubs in the world in over 200 countries. Let us Facebook and tweet about it. It is truly my honor to serve you this year, and I look forward to meeting all of you in the ensuing months. Thank you, Stella Roy, District 7820.